All right, guys, this is old school Will. Hey, I'm kind of concerned about something I'm seeing throughout social media and throughout the country now, and that's involving our farmers. I realize that a lot of them made a major mistake that's costing them. It's costing them their farms, their livelihoods. I mean, generations of farming. We began to realize and see just how racist this country is. I realized that when black farmers needed help from the government, there wasn't any. The majority of the funding was sent to white farmers to help them in their dilemma, to help them prosper. But I'm not talking about just the black farmers now. I'm not talking about just the white farmers. I realize we're sitting back and we're doing that FO stuff right now, and all of that's fine and dandy. But it's like buying a new car. When the newness wear out, then the reality sets in as far as what you really got. And now we're all about to find out what we got. Whether you voted for this individual or whether you didn't vote for this individual, we're all going to suffer. And as a matter of fact, it's already started. In this first clip, you're going to see this one farmer talking about with everything happening and how China is sending their products selling their products to other countries like Africa and all those other eastern countries. The United States has been left out of the equation. And what does that mean to all of us? That means a tsunami is brewing. It hadn't gotten here yet, but it's about to the next few months or weeks. If you hadn't been to your local grocery store lately, don't be too shocked. It might be scary now, but it's going to be a whole lot worse in a few weeks. This first clip of this farmer really makes me understand how racist and how stupid. And I'm saying those in order because without one, there wouldn't be the other, and we wouldn't be in this predicament we're in now. But it makes me understand how we're in this predicament. And how far does it really go? How in the world can you allow one person to wipe out generations of farming behind tariffs, something that he doesn't understand, and how it's disrupting everybody? I mean everybody in this country. Other countries are turning against us. They're seeking other countries to sell their products to. They're eliminating the United States on almost anything and everything. How far does this go? How in the world can you allow someone, or how in the world can you follow someone off the cliff and still support that individual? What in God's name is wrong with us? This is what we've come to where we're shooting ourselves in the foot. This is what we've come to. I just flat out, I do know, I understand in some ways. In other ways, I still don't. The time of laughing behind other people's demise is over. Now we need solutions. We need to fix this problem. We need to fix it quick. Because you think poverty is bad now? You ain't seen nothing. We're in a total destruct mode. And let me tell y'all one thing that's not covered enough in the media, how life and politics work. And we haven't focused that much on this. All you folks out there who decide to sit on your rear end and not vote, you are part of the problem. We realize who the other 51%ers are in this country. We know that now. How are we going to fix this problem? It starts off in midterm elections. All of these MAGAs that have taken over the country, that have taken over your lives, that are putting you in stress, and all this other stuff that we're undergoing right now, they need to be voted out. They need to be voted out, unless you want to continue down this road that we're on right now, road of destruction. Ball's in your court. So what are you going to do now? You're going to continue on with this until you're penniless, until you're homeless, until you're without a job? I mean, look at the job market. People are getting laid off right and left. Billionaires are telling you what to do now. Billionaires are running your life. So what are we going to do? And I do mean all of us. Let me ask you one other question, then we're going to go to the video. Do you think life was worse prior to this election? Or do you think life was a little bit better prior to this election? And be honest with yourself. Were you as stressed out prior to this election than you are now? Be honest. Completely honest. Stop allowing the blind to lead the blind. And that's what we've always done in this country. We've always listened to people who don't know themselves. Our pension funds, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, all of this is on the line and it's showing. So what are we going to do? And I do mean we. It's going to take decades to turn this mess around, folks. So I hope you're happy with your price of eggs, because it costs all of us. With all that being said, let's go ahead and let's get into this first video. And may God bless each and every one of us, because we're going to need it.
In the Harquahala Valley, hay fields stretch as far as the eye can see. Alfalfa hay, mainly used as feed for cattle, is big business, with Arizona farms exporting over $100 million of alfalfa overseas a year. And each one of these bales of alfalfa being lifted up weighs nearly 1,000 pounds. Shannon Schultz is an alfalfa farmer and exporter.
Normally, this warehouse is completely full of hay. We're not right now because business is just slow.
Business is slow because one of his main customers, China, has imposed retaliatory tariffs on U.S. exports like Arizona alfalfa.
With the current tariffs in place, which is a total of about 66% of retaliatory tariffs by China to us, it puts our product out of the marketplace.
China made up about half of Arizona's exports. Now Schultz says Chinese farms are buying from other countries instead.
In South Africa, North Africa, Sudan, Spain.
So in Arizona fields, by the time this alfalfa grows and is ready to be harvested, there may not be a customer to buy it.
It could break us. I mean, it could break a lot of farmers.
Still, Schultz says he supports the goals behind tariffs.
I do support President Trump, and I believe that in the long run, for a lot of instances, this is going to be a good thing.
To try and bring manufacturing back to the U.S. and expand exporter access to foreign markets. But the clock is ticking.
We have to survive till then.
On whether businesses like his will be able to continue if deals aren't made soon.
I guess the question that I have is, do they need us more or do we need them more? We don't know.
Adam Klepp, ABC 15, Arizona.
There's so many farms right now that were generational, and all of a sudden, people from other countries are standing in line to buy these farms. Do you know that the average farmer nationwide right now is 60 years old? In 5 to 10 years, a lot of farmland is going to be sold. We're actively losing our land to foreign nationals everywhere. If I was from India, I could go form an LLC and I could buy a piece of property in the United States under an LLC name, and it would be perfectly legal. That should be disturbing, because whoever controls the food controls the people. Whoever's controlling the food will eventually control you. Grandparents had huge farms. They raised food on those farms. They fed people. They fed communities. They fed states. They fed nations. Everybody wants to get littler and littler and littler when our grandparents wanted more, more, more. Please, if your family owns a farm, if your family owns land, do not sell the land.
The US has now completely lost the export of soybeans to China. China will now be getting all their soybeans from Brazil. You don't understand the significance of Brazil. Brazil is China's top partner in BRICS, okay? And BRICS is significantly a new superpower coming to place. And what does that mean? China is now looking after their own, and Brazil is now being taken care of. This will never be reversed because China wants longevity and they don't have a short attention span like the US.
Something, you point them out to me. People who already couldn't afford fresh vegetables, who couldn't already afford to put good food on their plate, are the ones that are really going to be hurt by this.
Did you ever think when you voted for President Trump that things were going to cost you more and you were going to lose money?
I never thought I was going to lose this much money, this fast.
Jim is a Republican who voted for Donald Trump 3 times.
How do you feel about your vote for Donald Trump now?
Well, I feel like perhaps I should have considered some other options.
Among other things, Jim imports packaging supplies for his honey, so he's paying real close attention to the tariffs Trump just put in place.
We just bought our year's supply of bottles from Taiwan and our year's supply of corks from Portugal about 3 weeks ago. So that would have been, another $5,000 or $6,000 out of my pocket.
Which is partly why he's repairing instead of replacing this 40-year-old forklift.
The cost of equipment has just gone through the roof to buy anything like that because it just would be cost prohibitive.
He's also holding off on improvements around the farm.
Well, we're not going to hire any more people, that's for sure.
It's more than just the tariffs. For the past 2 years, Jim has been selling honey to the federal government, which then provides it to schools and food banks. But after Donald Trump took office, the USDA cut those programs suddenly as part of the federal government's effort to streamline spending.
For a lot of other local farmers around here, it was a major source of reliable revenue. For me, it's going to cost me around $150,000 a year.
$150,000?
Yeah, roughly 50% of my revenue.
That's a huge hit.
That's a massive hit.
Caleb Ragland is the president of the American Soybean Association, and he just wrote an op-ed for a right-wing publication, and he said in there, quote, "Like many of my fellow farmers, I voted for President Donald Trump in the past 3 elections. The president won me over with his commitment to business-friendly tax cuts, as well as his track record of reducing regulation and cutting government spending. I am one of 500,000 soybean farmers in America who feels the pain. As a businessman, President Trump must know how urgent this is." Does he? Is he? Anyway, he goes on to say, the current trade war with China is a gamble with American livelihoods, especially for farmers, those of us who grew up with soil and sweat, who can't imagine doing anything else. Mr. President, I hope you hear our plea. Please make a deal with China now. Yeah, so he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. There is no deal to be had. As of now, the majority of Trump's base is sticking with him on these tariffs, but it's gonna catch up with them. They're gonna realize sooner or later there are no deals. He is not the deal maker. He screwed up. And no, China is not begging and pleading and knocking on our door.
Alrighty, I'm spilling the beans and I'm saying it just once, so pay attention. We are losing farmers at a rapid rate. And if we have no local farmers anymore, our food security is screwed. If we're just dependent on foreign goods, we're in a bad place, especially because the foreign goods, guys, there's no nutritional density in it. That stuff not made for flavor or for nutrition. It's meant for being shipped. We need to make sure that local farmers can get their local produce to us. Because if we can't feed ourselves, if we can't feed our families, any future we have for Canada is screwed. So that's my agenda. I don't care to make millions of dollars here. I want to make sure that my family can feed themselves. I want to make sure your family can feed themselves. And there's solutions out there, folks. There's things that we can do today besides just changing the government. There's so much control in our hands. And if you want to see a taste of it, come to the Farmer Town Hall this Sunday in Surrey. I'm going to share a bit of these solutions because it's not just me. I'm working with dozens of intelligent people because I'm not the expert. I'm just the bridge to bring people together. But if you want to see a bit more about what these solutions are and what our future can look like, come out this Sunday. Come to Surrey. Let's secure our future. And that starts with making sure our farmers can survive.
6 generations gone. That's what one farmer said in a recent interview out of Arkansas. Not because the land quit producing, not because the family lost interest, but because the system stopped working for them. Rural communities are being hollowed out. Farm families are being pushed to the brink by interest rates, operating costs, and a financial system that's forgotten who feeds it.
We've lost 536,543 farms. Over 500,000 farms gone. At the same time, we've lost 165 million acres of farmland.